Hello tutors, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. I've been keep bubbling on about this little Prussian unit for the last couple of months, and it's finally nearing completion. I will bring a couple of stands up for us. As I say, I'll put a bit of mud around them. The base won't be too fancy, it'll be mainly shrubbery and grass and a bit of mud. Stripy trousers on him. I went overboard, as I usually do, and not being able to count, I actually did another base, but it's missing two figures. I think at the time I couldn't get any more. They'd run out of marching figures or poses, and I've put a unit together with for some unaccountable reason, instead of just leaving it, I ended up getting 4 drummers and a horn player. It looks like a marching band, so here's our horn player. Again, we had a few mixed greatcoats. One of the other regiments actually was coated in grey, and obviously they've, in my ways of looking at it, they've obviously been mooching jackets and that, because they haven't got enough. Put a few. I think I'm still, although these are varnished, I might actually put a wash over these patches. They're a bit too bright. It was really to show that there was a patch there. There's one on his elbow there, but it just looks like I've over brightened the paintwork really. But yeah, it's got some clogs on and that. They were, as I say, you saw my review of these, they weren't great casts. They took a heck of a lot of work to get them to that stage. These are the other guys. So you can see me having to get another unit of these not great casts to maybe make another unit up. I mean, I'm only going to sell those anyway. So let's just put these to one side. I should get the flock and I'll sand them tonight. Put some extra PVA on them in the morning, let them dry out, and then the following day I'll put some tufts and some grass on them, a couple of little rocks maybe. Now I'm putting these ones here are actually part of a commission I'm painting for a regular client, and these are Italian Dragoons of the Napoleonic regiment. What is it, Gav? I can't see it from here. But anyway, it's the Napoleon regiment of the Italian Dragoons. There's 2. There's one in these like wine-coloured facings, and another in rose pink. And again, not being able to count again, I actually painted 9 instead of 8. Although I'm lucky that the client's quite happy with that. He said the extra one will still look nice. So that's what we're doing. We've got our eagle bearer. The client, if he's going to put sometimes they carried colours in. So often the cavalry regiments didn't. And these are based obviously very heavily on the French, completely more or less. The cloth and everything for the uniforms would probably be obviously done in Italy or wherever they were at the time, but they were based heavily on obviously the French. I've actually got to put a little grenade in or something in the top of those hats. These aren't varnished yet. I haven't got. There is usually a little N on the saddle cloths, the chabricou. You can get it usually on the officer figure, but you normally can't. They're just a bit too cluttered to put a decent letter where, you can sometimes get away if it's like grenadiers or some horse grenadiers or something like that. You can get away with it, but anything a bit more involved, there just isn't the space to do it justice. I have put these had little grenades on the turnbacks, and I have put those on there, but I can't really put them on these saddle cloths without causing a lot of problems. I've done it before, you can, but it's a heck of a lot of work and you constantly having to repaint and restart again. Again, because they're dragoons, again a mixture of horses. Well, any of the units, especially the French, they really did live off the land. And yes, these are Italians, but they're obviously fighting for the same master. We've got in Spain, where this regiment was originally, they had to, when the uniforms wore out, they put it in the traditional brown Spanish cloth that a lot of units used. And we're saying that they wore these into Russia in the later times when they were re-kitted with more green jackets. So there's one of the guys has got a gillet, which is, you know, one of the what do they call them? I've completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, that one's got a brown gillet on anyway underneath the jacket, and that guy's got a jacket on. We decide it's always a bit, in my opinion, if you're doing a regiment with a bit of a campaign feel, try and keep some uniformity about it if you can. So rather than say put brown trousers in amongst these, we've left these grey in the grey thick wool that they wore, and just changed a jacket here and a gillet there, just to show some difference, but keeping that overall look of the unit. So that's that unit. I'm nowhere near finishing these yet, but we've started. These are, because these are for a collector rather than a gamer, these are usually 16-man regiments of foot. So he's on the go at the moment. He's a voltigeur, and we're doing the other flank company, the grenadier, at the same time. Now these are going to be in more or less clean uniforms, giving them the winter black gaiters rather than the white ones, because you can put them in white drill, and I have done them before with complete white uniform, but it's a bit overpowering. None of the straps are done yet. They'll be done in a cold white, just so there's a difference in all the white look to them. So yeah, they're on the go at the moment, and I'm going to spend the rest of the evening filing off a whole voltigeur unit of about 20 odd figures. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. As I say, these Prussians won't be that far off being finished, and I'll give a quick look at those again when they're completed. And as I say, I've got plenty of other 18mm naps to go at the moment, and a couple of other wargaming figure projects, well not projects, but units that are coming up as well. So take care of yourselves, hope everything's going well with you, and we will catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.